In the 1960s and 1970s, Angie Dickinson was on fire as she entertained fans with some of the most interesting roles of her time. Among all the roles she portrayed, the character Sergeant Pepper Anderson was one of the most prominent. Not only did she make history as the first TV policewoman, but she also inspired generations of women to break stereotypes and boldly pursue careers in law enforcement. Decades later, Angie made a shocking revelation about this very role, and it wasn't what many people expected to hear. Sure, she had an interesting journey in Hollywood, but she also has some regrets, some of which you are about to find out. The decision that changed her life. Before the world knew about her, she was just a simple girl living far away from the City of Angels, but her entire life changed when she discovered acting. Anyone who knows Angie Dickinson's story knows how inspiring her life journey has been. She is one of the Hollywood stars who started from the bottom and worked her way to the top. Although she later became popular and lived in exotic cities, her story began in North Dakota, where she spent her early years surrounded by family. From a young age, she was fascinated by movies and would often look forward to watching movies in the local theaters, if only she knew that one day people would gather to watch her own movies. She may have been living in a small town, but Angie had big dreams, and she looked forward to the day when she would step into the world and experience all that life had to offer. Her future was bright, but there was nothing bright about the horrors she experienced on a daily basis. Growing up during the Great Depression meant that she lived in poverty, and on top of that, her father struggled with a vice that made it difficult for Angie to live with him. Her father was known to be a staunch alcoholic who often drowned himself in countless bottles of alcohol, and Angie watched as his life was consumed by his vices. With everything she saw around her, she had two options: to let her problems kill her dreams, or to let her problems fuel her pursuit of a better life. She chose the latter and fought for the life she desired with every ounce of courage and strength she had. There was no stopping her. With each passing year, she became more fascinated by leading characters in movies. She enjoyed watching stars like Lana Turner, but she craved to replicate the strong presence of male stars in movies. In a later interview, she said, "I wanted to look like Marlene Dietrich or Betty Grable or Lana Turner, but I wanted to do what the men did." Her desire to become a star eventually led her to participate in a local Miss America contest where she gained some publicity. People couldn't help but notice her beauty, but beyond her physical appearance, she possessed star potential, and a casting agent soon recognized this. Shortly after, she became one of the showgirls on The Jimmy Durante Show, marking the beginning of her intriguing yet tumultuous journey in Hollywood. It started off well, but along the way she found herself making choices that she shouldn't have made, prominent roles and lifelong regrets. Just like many movie stars, Angie Dickinson made some wrong career choices, but when she realized this, it was too late. In the early 1950s, Angie officially launched her acting career in an episode of Death Valley Days, and audiences loved her. With her charisma, attractive figure, and unique acting skills, it looked like she was headed for stardom, and it wasn't long before the world got to know her name. In the following years, she became one of Hollywood's gems for several reasons. She had a rare ability to embody complex characters in a way that hooked the attention of audiences, and soon enough, she became a household name. Angie Dickinson later appeared in films like Gun the Man Down, Rio Bravo, and Gunsmoke, among several other films. At a time when female Hollywood stars were depending solely on sex appeal to advance their careers, Angie Dickinson rose to the top through her skills and her commitment to refining her craft over the years. Throughout the 50s, 60s, and beyond, she appeared in more than 50 films and television series. Angie was undoubtedly a star in her time. But just like every other Hollywood icon, Angie had to make tough life and career decisions in an industry where one wrong role can completely shatter a person's career. She had to carefully select roles that would enable her career to keep improving, not the kind of role that would damage her career. It's safe to say she successfully made all the right career decisions except one, which she regrets to this day. Ironically, the role that she regrets portraying is the very role that encouraged many women to choose careers in law enforcement. Since the role had such a positive impact, why does the actress regret taking it? Let's find out why she regrets playing policewoman. In the 1950s, few women were willing to take on the roles that Angie Dickinson embraced. When the idea for the series Policewoman was conceived, she proved to be the perfect fit. As soon as the program premiered, audiences were captivated, unable to get enough of Angie's character. Angie Dickinson portrayed the lead role of Sergeant Pepper Anderson in the TV series Policewoman, which aired from 1974 to 1978. Her character was groundbreaking. As one of the first strong, independent female police officers on television, her role in the pioneering series Policewoman was a reflection of her values, a woman unafraid to shatter stereotypes and fight for what she believed in. Despite each episode lasting over an hour, viewers remained glued to the series from start to finish. Her performance garnered her a Golden Globe in 1975 and several other accolades. However, Angie later revealed that she regretted taking on the role of policewoman. She claimed that the role did more harm than good to her career. Despite assurances from the series creators that it would make her more famous and successful, she believed it ultimately had a negative impact on her career and was not financially rewarding. In an interview with CBS Mornings, she disclosed that despite 4 years in the lead role, she didn't earn much from the series. In her own words, "It wasn't worth it. I regret doing the series." She felt that the series had taken away 4 years of her life, and even though she became a household name, if given the chance to turn back time, she wouldn't take the role. While she appeared to be living a perfect life on screen, behind closed doors, her reality was far from perfect. Tales of a living legend. Beyond the regrets, Angie built a successful career that made her an iconic figure in Hollywood. One thing that many people admire about her is the fact that she refused to succumb to garnering fame by posing as a sex symbol. When she initially entered Hollywood, she was pressured to go blonde to fit the image of a sex symbol, akin to Marilyn Monroe and others, but she refused. She was determined to leave her mark in Hollywood as a talented and accomplished actress. While people did admire her figure and beauty, she made sure her acting skills shone even brighter for everyone to see. Like every star, she faced her fair share of challenges in the industry and in real life, but she always found a way to bounce back. One of the most challenging periods of her life was in 2007, when her only daughter, Nikki, decided to take her own life. Angie was devastated and heartbroken, and she had to take some time off the screens to heal and grieve the loss of her child. She later returned to the big screen in 2009 and continued doing what she loved the most. In recent years, many people have wondered what the actress has been up to. Where is Angie Dickinson now? Angie Dickinson is still very much alive, and she may just be the healthiest-looking 91-year-old you'll ever see. She has chosen to live a private life away from the spotlight and is not very thrilled about the grandmother roles that are given to people her age. Speaking about her life in recent years, she said, "But I won't do warts and all, you know? That's not my nature. If I gather the energy one day, maybe I'll go out and do a one-woman show." She spends each waking day in the company of her cats and is enjoying her time alone. Angie Dickinson is certainly one of Hollywood's living legends, and her role in Hollywood will never be forgotten. Angie was known for her efforts to maintain cordial relationships with her co-stars on set, but the same cannot be said about Raquel Welch and Burt Reynolds. Click on this video to see how their rift hampered the filming of 100 Rifles.